Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again with a totally real and non-fake video where you will never believe what happened. Blizzard actually came to me. They're like, you know what? You've had a lot of good points and criticisms, and you know we're open to working with you. And they unblacklisted me. You would never believe it. They actually came to their senses with everything, and they invited me to get a sneak peek at what's coming up in the following year. Their future plans with Hearthstone. And I just thought with the recent balance patch and all of that, it would just be really cool to see if they're going to keep on this amazing, really sweet path that we're on of, you know, just a lot of fun. Everyone's really enjoying Hearthstone these days, especially like even the Battleground streamers like Asmodai. You can tell here, he's absolutely loving it. Yeah, they invited me in, but this isn't even for the upcoming mini set, which by the way is called the Wailing Barons and will be launching on June 3rd, but don't, you know, keep it quiet. That's between us, all right? They don't want you to know that, but I'm telling you anyways. Anyways, as many of you know, they work on expansions like over 3 sets ahead of time, and they were just too excited. They had to share some of these cards, and guess what? We get to show them off, and you know, I get to show off 4 Paladin cards as well as a cool Shaman Legendary. So we're gonna do like a little review, basically, you know, how good will the cards be? And I was just really excited about the Paladin cards in particular. They've been really happy with how Paladin has been. It basically doesn't lose. That's really good. They're kind of like doing these little nerfs to like pretend to make it lose, but overall it basically beats everything, and they kind of want to keep that, you know, that direction going as its identity of just being completely have like the most broken and brutally powerful cards, period. So I thought let's take a look at the 4 cards that they showed off. I think they're pretty sweet and you'll get pretty excited about it. So first we have the second day of school. This is kind of, you know what, evolution. This is like a progression of first day of school, and you add 2 random 2-cost minions to your hand, but you'll note there's more. If they cost less than 3 mana, you summon them. So they noticed one of the weaker parts of first day of school is that you'd actually have to spend mana on playing the minion. So they thought, you know, they could add this cool condition. If the random 2-drops happen to have less than 3 mana, you just automatically summon them. But personally, I think it's a bit slow. Like, yes, you get 2-2-drops immediately, but you know, a lot of 2-drops have battle cries, right? You'll lose out on that. So I don't know. It's okay. It's a decent turn 1 play. And you know, what they like about it is it sets up like Hand of Adal, right? Which they're thinking of buffing, by the way. They're talking about it. Might go to +3/+3 just because they figure that, you know, it lets better trades happen, but they haven't confirmed that one yet, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But yeah, second day of school seems like a decent card, might be okay in Paladin, but again, they have so much other good stuff right now. So preliminary rating, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Might see some fringe play, but again, just kind of slow. Like only 2-2-drops for 1 mana. It's okay. Next we have the North Watch Lieutenant, and I really like this card. It's a 4 mana 4/5, and if you've played a card this game, draw a spell and a minion. So this requires like quite a bit of setup for a Paladin deck, right? Like we've seen like having to have a secret up, or you know, just Libram cards and stuff like that. This one requires you to play a card, right? So you don't have to jump through hoops and barrels for this one. As long as there's cards in your deck, you probably have this one active on turn 4, and then you have like, yeah, a Yeti that draws 2 cards. The only issue I see with this card is, first, it doesn't have Rush, or it doesn't have a Tribe, so that makes it pretty weak. And you know, sometimes you might not have a spell or a minion left in your deck, or you might have generated too many cards with like the new buffed first day of school, right? Like getting 3 1-drops. It might be a little problematic to get that many cards in your hand. So overall, again, okay. Like I'm glad it has premium stats and a decent effect, but again, it's a little bit clunky for Paladin. I'll give it a 4 though, just because like, yeah, drawing a spell and a minion's good, but again, you have to run cards in your deck, and that can be awfully tricky. So pretty decent anyways. Next we have the new buff. Like we saw Blessing of Kings, it was 4/4. We had Blessing of Authority, which give +8/+8 for 1 more mana, which was insane. Like that's a lot of mana to pay for double the stats. And well, we have Blessing of Dominance. This is a 6 mana spell. It gives your minion +12/+12, but can only attack heroes that have a letter in their name. This is important. If you happen to be facing like a robot hero, which haven't been introduced yet, spoiler alert, we're getting a robot robot heroes, and they're going to have numbers in their name. It's going to be crazy. And if they only have numbers in their name, then this can't attack the hero, and that makes it pretty mediocre. Other than that, though, it's okay. 6 mana plus 12. You know, it's a decent amount of stats. Like, you could put it like on a minion, I guess, and that's pretty powerful. So I don't know, like, Blessing of Authority is not that fantastic. It's only 5 mana, 8/8, can't attack a hero for a turn, but they're kind of alleviating that problem, right? Like, as long as your opponent has a letter in their name, you should be able to attack, which makes it pretty powerful, and you can attack immediately. But again, if they're playing the robot heroes, they're really cool. They're only for Paladin, though. They're going to be pretty sweet. So I'll give this one a 2. It's really slow. It's 6 mana. Like, you're probably not going to want, like, this is like an arena card probably. I'll give it a 2, but I mean, it's got some chances. It's got some chances for sure. And then lastly, the last card that they wanted to highlight. So they've been worried about Paladin, their win condition, right? Paladin doesn't have the greatest win condition. You have like infinite Librams with Liadrin. You have some of the most broken early game with Burn and all that stuff, like with Conviction. You have a lot of good stuff, but it's just not enough. Like, you want to win condition that just wins the game. So they're giving them this new powerful legendary, Dr. Powerful Creep. It's a 7 mana 7/7, and I like this card. It's just a bona fide win condition for Paladin. Start of your game, if your deck only has class cards and or neutral cards, so as long as your deck contains basically cards, you win the game. Start of the game. It's really cool. This is a really sweet combo card. You have to put it into your deck. You then have to build a deck with cards in it, and then you have to queue it up. And that can be problematic. A lot of players struggle with that these days, of like, how do I, make a deck? How do I get to the menu and hit the play button? And like, that's really taxing. It's really exhausting. And this kind of like takes that pressure away, because if you do that, you manage to do that, then you win the game immediately, and it's over. But the fun thing is, if you're in the mirror, it's whoever goes first wins, who goes first. So that's really skill intensive, and it kind of encapsulates a lot of Hearthstone in a lot of ways, that basically a coin flip will decide the game. So overall, I think these Paladin cards are really sweet. They really hone in on the direction of Paladin that they've been on, of just ridiculously overpowered broken cards, but they're subtle, right? They're subtle in their execution. And for Dr. Powerful Creep, again, I'll give it a 4, because it will lose in the mirror sometimes, but other than that, it's pretty good. And again, it's 7 mana 7/7. That's a lot of mana. I mean, you never have to pay for it, but still, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, they'll probably see play. And yeah, we'll talk about the elephant in the room, the shaman stuff. Like, shaman's doing really bad, and they said they've been hearing us. Like, they're loud and clear. The buffs they gave us were insane, absolutely insane. Like, 3 mana Tidal Surge is like game breaking. Shaman, I saw like some of the stats from the first day of the patch. Shaman's won multiple games, like bronze 10. It was ridiculous. So they don't want to go too crazy giving Shaman like this insane package of cards. But look at this, we're getting a new legendary minion. They didn't want to show the text, they just kind of wanted to preview what it's going to be like. So it's an 8 mana dragon. It's Hagatha's Dragon Queen, but I gotta tell you guys, I'm a bit of a rascal, a bit of a rebel. I actually got the text, and I'm gonna show it to you. And it addresses like so many problems with Shaman. So here it is: Hagatha's Dragon Queen, 8 mana, battle cry. If your deck contains no duplicates, and you played a Murloc, a Beast, and an Elemental last turn, you draw 2 cards, and you only overload for 3. So like, it's just perfect. It's like everything you want to do in Shaman. You finally get to draw cards. You get to have this really clunky, awkward, synergistic stuff that requires card draw to pull off. And it's an 8 mana 6/6 that doesn't do anything, but it's a dragon. And yeah, Overload, you could buff your Tunnel Trog with this. That's really, really sweet. So you finally get a card draw on Shaman and a really sweet legendary. And I know I'll get in trouble for showing the text, but what's the worst? They already blacklisted me once. They're not going to do it again. So looking pretty sweet there. 2 more things they wanted me to mention to you guys, because again, they see the complaints about Mage. Like, how could you not nerf Enchantress Flow? It had like, look at the win rate of it played on 2. Isn't that a problem? No, it's not. Enchantress is perfectly balanced, and they're committed to making sure we all know it's perfectly balanced. So if this current balance patch doesn't work out, they have a plan in place, and it's not to nerf Enchantress Flow. That would be ridiculous. What they're going to do, because Enchantress Flow makes every mage spell cost 1 less, they're just going to make every mage spell in the game cost 1 more. So that includes like wild spells like Pyroblast and Puzzle Box. They'll go to 11, but you'll be like, oh, well, that's not fun. I won't be able to play it if I don't draw Enchanters. They got that covered too. Because Enchanters is so unbelievably balanced, it will now read, it will start in your hand at the beginning of the game. So you'll always be able to play Enchanters on curve, making your spells balanced, which makes Enchanters balanced. So they figured it out. They just have to bump the mana cost of every single spell in Mage, and then also have it guaranteed in your opener. It'd probably be better off just to nerf this card, because it's obviously a bit of a problem, and just bumping mana costs of spells that seem kind of fun to play is weird. But no, this is better, and they've told me this, and I'm being paid to tell you that, so it's better. And lastly, the other big thing, and you guys hear about it all the time, they hear about it all the time, what about Arena? What about Wild? You guys never seem to support these formats. They hear you loud and clear, and they're going to update Arena and Wild in January 2022 by deleting them. They're going to get rid of them. Like, just, they don't care about them. They're going to add Mercenaries to replace one of them, and the other one will be the full launch of Battlegrounds. No longer in beta, it'll be the full launch, and they're going to introduce a new tribe, the Pandas. The Pandas, which I've been assured will be very balanced. It's basically going to be 50% win rate, or Pandas, because they're going to take every other tribe out of the game. You'll only play as Pandas, so they can't be unbalanced if they only beat up on the others. And apparently during balance testing, people are getting turn 1 lethals with Pandas, even against Quillbores on nerf. So yeah, they're really broken, and we're just going to get Pandas instead. So there you go. You don't even have to worry about complaining about Wild and Arena. They're going to be gone. Don't even worry about it. So get excited, everybody. Hearthstone's doing well. Everything's great. And yes, this was a complete joke. And I was hoping maybe you guys got a couple of laughs, because this latest balance patch was, well, kind of a laugh. And maybe we'll talk about, you know, the whiplash of that tomorrow when we get a little bit more data, and maybe, you know, maybe something changes the next day or two. But yikes, it's looking pretty rough. But hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I guess stay salty, my friends. You know, oh wait, I'm a Blizzard employee now, right? Buy the battle pass stuff, my friends. There we go.